Do you want a cheap and easy way to keep what you do on the internet anonymous and secure? Try ProXPN. For $6.25 a month, you can safely surf the web anywhere in the world. Do you travel a lot? With ProXPN, you can even get on websites such as YouTube and Netflix that are blocked in some countries. Devices currently supported with premium membership are Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, and Android. ProXPN, keeping you anonymous since 2009. Try today. Link in the description below.
YouTube, it's Ross from Joe and Ross's History and Reviews. Today we are looking at SanDisk Ultra Plus SDXC UHS-I cards. Fast for better pictures and full HD video. 128GB speeds up to 80 megabytes per second, 533x. Ultra Plus SD cards, V10 squared, I believe class 10, and then the 1U, which is really weird. Cards, most trusted flash memory brand worldwide. Yes, SanDisk is pretty worldwidely renowned for excellency. Up to 80 megabytes per second read speed, write speed lower than that. Okay, interesting. Based on internal testing, performance may be lower depending upon host device. So if you have an older host device that doesn't write or read over 30, it'll probably be lower. It might be faster. I don't know. You have like Sony Handycams from 5 years ago, 3 years ago that write, I believe the maximum for, what's it, AVC HD videos is like 30 to 35 megabytes per second. Your performance may vary on this. These were $19.99 at Best Buy, and even the cashier was freaking out. He's like, dude, these are usually like $100, $120. I remember when 128 gigabytes, like last year or the year before, were $500. Oh my god. The only bad thing about these is that I didn't notice that I didn't get the ones that had the removable SD card. I got the one that was all one card, and I hate these because at least with the ones with the movable like adapter, if the adapter messes up, you can still move the card over. With these, you're pretty much stuck unless you can make another case, which I hate. I didn't notice it, but for $19 it was worth it. The ones with the removable case, I noticed after the fact, were like $5 or $6 more, which is ridiculous. Capacity, 128 gigabytes, 60 megapixel photos, average of 7 megabytes per file size. You can hold 8,000 16 megapixel photos that are maximum of 7 megabytes. Video, you can record Mpeg-4 / H.264, which is standard for HD codecs. 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames per second. You can hold up to 160 in minutes. Okay. I highly doubt that you can only hold 160 clips. But it says, okay, 8,000 photos plus 160 video clips is the maximum. So you can hold more video clips than that. Can it film in 4K? If it films, since it says write speed may be lower than read speed, you can, if your 4K device records at like 60 megabytes per second, 65, maybe minimum or maximum of 70, since the speeds may vary on the back. I got two of these. 128 gigabyte SD cards do work on the Canon Rebel T5i. I've used a Belkin. I think I might have it here. A Belkin 128 gigabyte. Which is what professional news stations and professional YouTubers use, as a Belkin. This one is an SDXC 3 with the little U under it, 2 with the two eyes, UHS-I and UHS-II. Read speed is 285 megabytes per second. Write speed is 100 megabytes per second. The SD1900X and Delkin devices. So these are slower than that, but this costs more because you get more performance out of it. This will support 4K, undoubtedly, at 100 megabytes per second. That's like the speed of a P2 card, which is 4 SD cards in RAID. I believe RAID 1. These do work in Can Rebel T5i. They'll work in I believe T3i, even though it's a really old camera. T4i is the same as T5i, T6i, T7i, 800D, 900D. Your Panasonic camcorders, they'll work on it. Your Sony Handycams, it'll work on it most likely. Check compatibility. Just because it says it supports SD cards, does it support the Ultra Plus SD card, which is SDXC? That's the standard now. It's SDXC, and that's what you need to make sure your devices support, is that. If they don't, then whatever. If they do, if they give you like, oh, The T5i, the maximum SD card it can handle is 64. But with an SDXC, it can handle up to, I believe the website says 256 gigabytes. There are differences. And people are like, we'll do a speed test, man. Come on. It works. Undoubtedly it works. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna write a nasty review in the comments and say, oh my god, one of them didn't work. One of them was DOA. The question I have is, does it work on the camera I'm using right now, which is a Sony NXVG30, which is a professional camera. Does it work on that? Because the website says the maximum for SDXC is 64, and I have a 64 Samsung Evo card in it right now. I will test it on that and post it in the comments whether it works, if it works with SDXC Pro cards, 128 gigabytes or not. I'm kind of hoping they don't, only for the fact that I don't know what I want a spare one of these, but I do want a spare just in case, to keep in the box and packaging in case I need one for the T5i. I'll leave you a comment, but it was a great deal, $20, and it's a great deal when even the cashier was flipping out over the price, because he said, I'm going to have to get me one now too. Now, he could have been lying, he could have, he could have known, just trying to make the product, bigger and better than it is to get more sales. That's a smart tactic, I've done that before too, but he seemed legitimately shocked. He's either a good actor or a great salesman.